spin, I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi, baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be your
Kelly's Court is back in session. On the docket today, the man behind the music hauling America's fame monster into court right now. A bad romance could cost Lady Gaga a small fortune, folks. Her ex-boyfriend, an established record producer, now claims that he is the one who discovered the pop megastar on the underground Manhattan music circuit, and that he is the one who gave her her stage name, Lady Gaga, saying it was entirely his idea. Problem is, the couple got involved romantically as well as financially. Then they broke up, and the Grammy winner kicked him off of the merchandising money train. Now he is suing to the tune of more than $30 million. So could he get it? Let's ask our panel. Trial attorney Lee Armstrong and former prosecutor Jonna Spilbor. Afternoon, panel.
Hi, guys.
Afternoon.
All right, so you heard her music, Paparazzi. This guy says he co-wrote that song with her and others, and now he wants to get paid. Jonna, does he have a case that he was treated unfairly by the lady?
You betcha. And can I just start by saying, did anybody else need to take a cold shower after reading the first 5 pages of this complaint? Who starts a complaint with "hell hath no fury like a woman scorned"? It's steamy. But listen, he did. He created her brand. He had a contract. And when you have a contract with somebody, it's a lot like having a kid. It survives the breakup. So even though they're not personally involved anymore, he's entitled to his 20%. Pay the man.
Lee, he says that when he discovered her, this is a quote, that she was a young Italian girl, quote, Guidette, that looked nothing like she looks now. He references how she looked back in, say, 2005. We've got a picture of her at NYU that we'll show you in a second. And she doesn't look anything like the current Lady Gaga. So is he entitled to some dough? Here it is. Here's the old picture before this guy.
Yeah, I'll tell you that there's something both of you should know, and that's that I'm running an incredibly high fever today. I am not feeling well. And the only prescription, the only cure, is more Gaga. I'm just wild about the Gaga. It's really just because my daughter Julia likes Gaga, or at least that's the story I'm going with. You know, I've been involved personally in cases like this, artists and producers and managers, and they are generally nasty. This one will be exacerbated because of the personal relationship that they have. You know, in the beginning, it's all about art, and it's about life, and people are very sloppy. They don't worry about the law. Here, he at least does have a written contract. I'll give him that. The bad news is he has this written contract, and here's why. His revenue rights are tethered to the definition of distributor, and distributor is defined in the agreement. Okay, and there's specific people listed, specific entities, Sony, EMI, and others. Her deal is with Intersco. That's an out. That's going to be a real hurdle for him. Her distributor is not listed in his contract.
Okay, so even if that's the case, though, Jonna, does he have an equitable argument? I mean, he says he plucked her out of obscurity, that she was taking the bus to see him in New Jersey. Nobody had ever heard of her. He's the one who sort of gave her her name, gave her her look, moved her more into sort of the dance, the pop field, as opposed to hard rock. Look at, somebody had to be behind this imaging. He says it was him, this guy Rob Fusari. So does he have an equitable argument that he deserves more than he's getting?
It sure is a great story, and I think he has more than an equitable argument, because let's not forget, she actually paid him checks that represented what he's asking for, 20% commission against whatever royalty she was making. And how do you like this? What about her trying to kind of sneakily buy him off by writing a check for $300,000 and then putting in the fine print, "This pays you off in full court and satisfaction"? You can't do that. Only if you're in small claims court. That tells me that she knows she owes him.
You know, Johnny, you should listen to Gene Simmons' analysis.
I love Gene Simmons.
Yeah, and where he thinks the plaintiff should wind up. You know, look, what this comes down to, Megan, it can't be equitable because they've sued on legal basis. There's a big distinction there. They're not going to be able to do that. What will happen is this contract will go before the judge. If the contract is clear, they seldom are, the judge decides who wins. The contract is going to be deemed ambiguous. At that point, other evidence will come in, other people, other emails. What did you mean by this? What did distributor mean? That'll add some flavor to it. Eventually, this is going to degenerate into a battle of the accountants. And
he's going to get paid, isn't he, though, Lee? Once they have the contract ruled ambiguous, then the parties settle. And this guy, I mean, he's been paid something like $600,000.
Very difficult.
But now he wants $30 million. I mean, she's a huge star right now, but I don't know that she's worth $30 million yet. Might he get anything near that in a settlement, Lee, and then Jonna?
No, I don't think he will. I think that he'll wind up getting something. The emotions here are going to run high. Her lawyer's going to get together with her and say, we got to pay something here. She's going to say, I can't believe he's doing this to me. And he feels frozen out. Ultimately, what will happen is accountants will come to court. Her accountants will try to minimize the revenue, increase the costs. His accountants will try to do the others. And everything that they enjoyed, the jets, the caviar, all of that stuff that was wonderful while it was all butterflies and rainbows.
Big hair.
They didn't care which pocket it came out of. That's what this will come down to, which pocket it comes out of.
She's not going to want to open her book so they can figure out what 20% actually is. She will write him a big check, and the bottom line is love has nothing to do with it. She will write the check.
You shouldn't get, sexually involved with those who
Hell
are
hath no fury like a man scorned.
Read the complaint.
All right, thank you, panel. Lee Armstrong, Jonas Bilbor. One final word for our viewers. This guy appears to have gotten paid pretty handsomely for the work he did for Gaga, and that should probably be the end of it. However, it won't be. Nonetheless, now he can say that he discovered Lady Gaga. Do you know how many singers that will help him recruit? He should take those spoils, put a period at the end of this, and leave the lady alone. We'll be right back.